Phil, if I could start off, first of all, maybe being a little bit unprofessional, but I think it's all right today. So many kids, and I guess I'm speaking for myself, so many years have thought of Phil Rizzuto as Mr. Radio, Mr. Yankee Radio. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's great to know that, John, and I've enjoyed radio much more than I've enjoyed television. Radio gives you a chance to express yourself and to talk to people and describe things so that they feel like they're right at the ball game. And I think radio is more exciting because you're able to talk more. In television, you got to be, low key. They see everything on the screen, and it's just great to know because I've gotten letters, many letters over the years telling how much they enjoy hearing the games on radio, and I get more of a kick out of doing radio than any other medium.
But the little kids that have the radios tucked under their pillows, that may sound sophomoric or a little sentimental, but it's very true, isn't it?
No, it's absolutely true. And I found out just the other day, you don't realize how many people you reach, people who are blind, Eddie Lucas brought that to my attention many years ago, people in hospitals, people out on the beach getting the sun, but also wanting to hear the ball game. And then this sounds unusual, but just when we were in Cleveland, I got a letter, and this one fella said, would you please say hello to my buddy who's in jail? Because they get to listen to the games in jail. Now, I know they've done something wrong to be in there, but by the same token, they got to have some kind of entertainment. And when you realize all the people that you are reaching that, like you said, I used to do it when I was a kid. The old crystal set, put it in there so my mom and dad wouldn't hear it, but listen to the game. And it really, I think radio is so great. It makes you use your imagination.
Phil Rizzuto talking about his radio broadcasting, and we'll chat more with Phil Rizzuto. We'll play word association with the Scooter Man when we come back right after this. Phil, I'm going to play word association with you, all right? Because I know, I enjoy doing it with you. Your first broadcast.
One of the worst you could ever imagine. I had Yogi hitting a foul ball and Yogi catching the foul ball. I was, I had the baseball player's instinct, and I was ahead of every play, and it was just terrible. I figured after they heard that, they'd fire me.
Your broadcast partners?
Well, luckily I've been with some great broadcasters, you included, you and the present crew, Frank Messer and Bill White. But I broke in under a strict tactician, Mel Allen, and then Red Barber alongside of him. They reminded me of Joe McCarthy, because when you made a mistake, my mother didn't like it, and my father, because they correct me right on the air. But then you never made that same mistake again.
Your greatest broadcast thrill?
I would have to say Roger Maris's 61st home run. It was something you couldn't plan, and everybody was rooting for it, and it was so close to the season being over. And when he hit it, I just screamed. I don't know what I said, but I was so happy for him and so excited that I did the Chris Chambliss one when he hit the homer in the playoffs against Kansas City. That was great, but I think Maris's 61st home run was
the most embarrassing broadcast moment.
Well, I've had several, as you know, and it's hard to pick out just one because I've had so many. And yet what I like about it, when I embarrass myself on the air, I'll get letters from people like Bob Shepard, who corrects me, my English, my grammar quite often, but constructive criticism, not in a mean way. And if I say something I shouldn't have said, the store author Adler says my trap door stays open all the time, and the thoughts go right through without stopping to see if I should say them. But I really couldn't pick out just one. Just say there's numerous ones, John.
Your best team, the best team you ever saw?
Well, see, I go back to the 41 Yankees. And now, I didn't see the 27 Yankees. And I saw some great Yankee teams while I was playing and after I was through playing in the years when Mantle and Maris were having those great years. But the reason I say 41, they had Hendrick, DiMaggio, and Keller in the outfield. They had Red Ralph, Joe Gordon, Bill Dickey, Spud Chandler, Red Ruffing, Marius Russo. They had a great pitching staff. And Frank Crissetti was still there to teach me all he knew about shortstop. And I think that was the greatest team that I remember.
The best player?
Joe DiMaggio. All around. best hitter was Ted Williams, but the best all-around player was Joe DiMaggio, and not too far behind Mickey Mantle.
Saving the best for the last. Phil Rizzuto, your severest critic.
Not only my severest critic, John, but the greatest person you could have backing you up. And she's got more common sense than anybody I know. She kept me from jumping to the Mexican League when I was ready to go, and she talked me out of that. She told me she'd leave me if I went to Mexico. It turned out to be the best move I ever made. When I've been sick, and she's been there to take care of me when I've had bad days playing or broadcasting. I come home, and as you mentioned, my severest critic, but also with a pat on the back, and just knowing that I could go back to a home with all that loving and caring, and even if I've had a bad day, that was great.
Congratulations to you. It's a day well deserved.
Thank you, John.
Okay. It's Phil Rizzuto Day here, and this 1985 date of August 4th, 1985, and the Yankees will be hosting the Chicago White Sox, and there's an additional excitement beyond it being Phil Rizzuto Day. Tom Seaver, the 11-game winner for the Chicago White Sox, is on the mound, and if Seaver is the winning pitcher in today's game, he will claim to be baseball's 17th pitcher in its history to win 300 games or more.